So in this session we will be covering debugging in SAP UI5 applications. So let us just look at the agenda here. So first we will cover the overview of how to debug in SAP UI5 application. Then we will just have a look at the Chrome development tools. And then we will just see how to step through the executed codes here. And at last we will just see an example of debugging in SAP UI5 applications. So this is the overview of debugging. So debugging is the first step in analyzing any issue. So when we code or when we used to develop any application and we are getting any error, so the first step we have to do is to debug. So therefore it is the first step in analyzing any issue. So the development tools of current browsers allow you to set JavaScript debugging breakpoints, and it also the Chrome development tools are used for debugging purposes. So other Mozilla and Internet Explorer also provide development tools, but we just use Chrome development tools for our debugging purpose since it provides a better interface compared to Mozilla and Internet Explorer. So if you just press the F12 button and it will bring the Chrome development tools. So if you just right click and click on inspect element, it should also bring the development tools here. Then there are generally two ways to set breakpoint. The first one is to place the debugger, that is write debugger within the IDE, which is not recommended, but there is this way also. And the second one is to provide the dynamic breakpoint in the development tools, which is the recommended way. So in the video I have already shown this. That is Chrome development tools. So here you can see the Chrome development tools. The first one is the elements. So elements, the HTML elements of the DOM are displayed in a tree structure here. So let us just look at it. So this is the elements tab here, this is the default one, and here all the HTML structure is displayed in the tree format. So here also you can also see a bell shaped structure which displays errors and warnings. Now moving on, then we have this console tab here, so that all the errors and warnings are all displayed in the console tab. And moreover, if you want to modify a particular variable and to find out if the code is working or not and with a different value, then just open the console and make some changes and just press enter and you could get the desired output. So all these are explained in the video that I will just explain afterwards. So moreover, we have this sources here, sources tab. So here we can see this is the structure, project structure, and here we have put a particular breakpoint here, and so this is done in the sources tab. Now let's just move on to the next slide, which is this one, stepping through the executed code. So in Chrome the arrow is blue and the code line is highlighted like here we have done. So this arrow is blue and this code line is also highlighted. If we just choose this particular line, it will be highlighted. And this particular table gives an overview of the function key for the JavaScript debugging. So if you just press F11 after you have applied the debugger, then step by step execution also step into functions and loops. So if you have kept the debugger in a particular function, and if you press F11 it will go line by line, and then if you have pressed F10 it will step over particular functions itself, and if you just press the control and the quotation button, then it would step into the next line. So similarly you could press the shift and the F11, that is skipping the rest of the current function and stepping out to the last cursor position, and F8 is obviously for to resume. So now we will see a practical example of how to debug a simple application in UI5. So what we will do, we will just debug a particular SAP UI5 application, we will also inspect particular elements, we will also write commands on the console, and we will also apply the breakpoints. So you will see all these steps practically.
Here we will be placing debugger in a simple SAP UI5 application. So let me just show you the application that we will be working on. So here in the SAP Web ID, I have this demo project 2 that we have already created. here a particular product list was populated in the list control. Let me just show you the output here. So this is the output here. So here I will be creating a scenario, and based on that scenario we will be using our debuggers. So let me just show you first how to place debuggers in SAPUI5 application. So first let just put a debugger in the 23rd line or maybe 24th line here. So for that there are two methods. First one is the dirty method. I won't recommend you to do this method, but I will just show you for your knowledge. So simply write debugger here, just save this, and here now if you have to debug, what you will do, just click on function and F12 key or maybe F12 key itself, and apart from that you could also right click and click on inspect. So here you are. So you are getting debugger here. I will just refresh it once more. So here you are getting all this list. Now if I just go to this filter, if I just filter my search here, so it should stop here in the 24th line. Maybe HT9995. Now if I just click on this, it should stop there. So we have set a breakpoint here. So this was the first method. So now I will just tell you the second method, and that is just to click on 24 like this here. So this way also the breakpoint stops here. So I will just remove this. I will just run this. I will just remove this line. So in these two ways we could place our breakpoints in our application. So now I will just show you what happens actually when we filter. Here it is. In the A filter it is empty, and in the query this is coming HT9995 that we have written here, and here is the reference of list, and in the binding we are getting all the binding elements based on this particular ID, and if there is any value, that is this value, then it will go here, and in the A filter this particular value would go. Let me just play it one by one. So this is for one step execution, and this is for full execution. So let me just check in the A filter. Here in the A filter I am getting this all the values here, and I am just placing into the O bindings. So if now I just play the whole, the it will be filtered, the list is filtered. Okay, fine. So now if I just search another term, now suppose you have to get this particular value. So if there is a particular scenario where we have to get this value here, so what do we have to do? We have to apply this particular here. The breakpoint is applied, and we have to get the reference of this list. So if I just click here, I am getting the reference here in the O list. Now this was the source file that we were using. Here in the source file we were getting all the parameters and the tree structure we are getting. So here in this console we can write our whatever we could, what all commands we have to write, we can write in the console. Basically this is for the output screen. So here I will just write O list, sorry. Here I am getting the O list. So now suppose we have to get this 20 value, and for that I will just go to aggregation. Here you could see the items here. There are 123 items listed in this list. So here in the items, just go to the 0 to 99. So this 0th one would be this particular value, this particular item, accessories, and the first value would be this particular whole list item. So if I just click on 1 here, and then if I go to aggregations here, sorry, not aggregation, but in the M properties, here you could get the number. that we were required. So what you have to write is olist dot m aggregation dot items. Here is items. Now we had to get the first positioned item, and for that I will just write one. Here it is. Now here what we have done, in the m properties we were getting the value, so we will write m properties. Let me just open it. Here in the m properties we were getting number. Okay, here I will just write m properties. Okay, and here dot number. So here it is. We have got this 20th value that we were asked to do so. So this was a scenario and we have achieved it. So this was a simple scenario, and now I will just show you all the elements here. So this is the elements tab where we are getting all the tree structure data that we have used in the HTML. So this is particular data. If I right click on this and go to inspect, and here we will get all the details regarding it. And here in the console, as I already told you, here we could write the commands and output would be shown here itself. If I just stop it here and just search, and if I just write here maybe console.log, sorry, some error, console.log hello. So I have written this in the runtime itself. Now I could just save it, Control S, and now the control has gone up. Now if I just run this, now I could see in the console this particular message written. So here in the console we could see hello already written here. So this is basic functionality of debugging. So we have covered all the elements, console and sources, and in the sources we get all the structure of the program that we have already made. So in the controller we could see the view one controller we are getting, and in the model we could get the formatter.js and model.js already popped in, and then we could see the index.html file and component.js file also mentioned here. So this was the sources, and in the timeline basically these are just used for how much time it takes for the program to load. If I refresh it, it would record the time it takes to load the program. So basically all these are for other purposes. So it shows some here some graph and all, which shows me the time it takes, 7000 millisecond, 8000 millisecond, etc, etc. So this was debugging in SAPUI5. So hope you understood the concept here. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.